Hey everybody!
Welcome back.
Welcome back to our 10th Midweek Live. Can you believe it?
Honestly, no. But I don't feel like I can believe anything anymore.
I know, right? Yeah, it'll be months until things are back to normal. So I hope you guys are enjoying Midweek Live and along for the ride. Yeah, we got a few more coming.
Mm-hmm.
So glad that you all are here joining us again. We are going to go ahead and kick it off with some announcements for you guys.
You know the drill.
Yeah, you know the drill. Same announcements every single week. Nothing changes because we're in quarantine.
But they're still worth repeating because we don't want to forget about them, right?
Absolutely, and they are very wonderful announcements that will enrich your lives. First one is that we are still doing our action series, so if you haven't had a chance, please go check out our videos on this YouTube channel, TCC Student Ministries. We're going to have a couple of more of those up, so if you haven't listened to them all, take 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of your day to get away from your family, get your headphones in, and listen to God's Word and worship music from people you know and love from TCC Student Ministries.
Exactly.
Next one is small groups happening. Again, we are covering the 5 and 45, but they will be happening at 7:45 tonight. So please, please, please join. And if you need your group code, you can feel free to text or email Kyle or myself. We want you to get in on those groups, and we do not want you not having the passcode to stop you. So please join. It's going to be a very enriching time, and it's the one or two times out of the week that you can actually see the people that you're friends with from TCC. You don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah, it'll be great, as always.
Yes. So, I don't know if you guys are ready for tonight's game. It's definitely going to be an interesting one, but a very fun one, I believe. What do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely, it's different than what we usually do. We're all used to trivia and multiple choice, right? Well, this is a little different. But before we get into that, last week's winners.
Yes. Are Alex Liu and
Grace Johnson.
Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations, you two. Yes. Classic winners, and you earned it. So, congratulations. We are going to go ahead and jump into the rules for the second game.
For tonight's
game, which is going to be Pictionary.
Pictionary, more or less.
Yeah.
Pictionary-inspired live stream edition.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
All right, it's going to get crazy. So the rules are the same as always. Put your guess in the chat with the number of the round. Got it?
Got it.
Good. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Wait, yes.
So we're each going to be drawing something, and they have to guess what the object is.
Yep.
Not who's drawing it, but what the object is.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't explain it. We're going to go back and forth, drawing the object, and we're drawing it on the computer, so it's probably going to look really bad.
It's going to look amazing when I do it.
Okay. Sure. Okay. And then you just guess what it is. And yes, I did make it, okay? Guys, isn't it gorgeous? I know you all love it. You like it, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first? Rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, you go first.
Okay. So round 1, everybody, that's the first round.
Right, so.
Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay.
All right, let's see, guys.
Needs a lot of focus mentally.
Looks kind of like a spider of some sort. You're actually really good at this, I'm not gonna lie. But you're kind of cheating because you're using 2 hands.
Oh, we're only supposed to use 1 hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's use 1 hand. Okay, you're actually an excellent drawer. And I'm not gonna spoil it because, yes, I do know the answer.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going,
Keep going.
Yeah. Alright, sorry guys, no, it is not a star or a cat. Or a spider. No, I said spider. It can't be spider.
Well, it could be.
Oh, a kitty cat. Nice guess. Helicopter. Grace Germain got it. Helicopter.
Nice.
Congratulations, Grace. You got that first round. Get it, girl.
Nice.
All right,
round number 2.
Okay.
You draw
truly.
this one. This is the word.
All right, guys. You ready for round 2? I am. Okay. It's like a...
I know what it is, so I can see what you're going for.
Yeah, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, how else? Come on, guys. Oh, there we go. That looks more like it. All right. Oh, can I change my color?
I don't know. Can you?
I can. Okay, so like maybe some are that color. Okay, maybe some are this color.
Brayden.
Who got it? Potato. Awesome.
Wow.
job.
Amazing. You got ladybug, cookie, car.
Chocolate chip cookie.
I can see the chocolate chip
sorry.
cookie. I can see where that's.
It wasn't a chocolate chip
that.
cookie. So sorry.
It was a potato.
Great job, Brayden.
Okay.
All right, round 3.
All right.
Did you see it? You know what to do? I accidentally changed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I'm totally digging this vibe, this jam. I hope you guys are too.
Whoops.
What do you got going on here?
I'm focusing very hard to try and figure this out.
Alright, so it seems like we have some sort of human being there, right? And he's holding an item? Might be attached to another being, possibly? Ooh. Oh, nice arrow. There you go. Ooh.
It's not a fishing rod. Definitely understandable.
Are you done? Add some color to that drawing. Come on.
So, the arrow is very important here. What the arrow is pointing to.
Yeah, you guys are getting there.
What is this part? Yes!
Yes, okay.
Leash.
Yay! Gabriel. Leash.
I
Great
needed
job,
to
guys.
draw all the other parts, or else it would just be a line, and everybody would be like, a line.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. All right.
All right. Round
I'm
number
changing
4.
my color. Okay, green. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
You know what? I'm
Gonna redo that?
gonna erase this part. Okay. Don't worry, guys.
We'll get there.
Is that better?
It's tough to say.
This...
Looks like some sort of creature, maybe?
Yes. He's gonna give it away. Oh, slow jam. Aww, he's so cute. I love him.
We've got a bunch of animal guesses, which it is a type of sort of animal.
I'm gonna add some more color.
More or less.
This is gonna be like he's walking on it.
What sticks out to you about this creature's head? Unicorn.
Who's at it? Who got it?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, man.
Mr. McHugh.
All right, you guys.
We had a professor in college who taught gym named Professor McHugh. You remember him?
Oh, the PE guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a great professor.
He's very chill.
All right, you ready for your word?
Yep. Wow. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. Stay with me, folks. All right. Shoot.
What in the world?
This is supposed to be white, what I'm drawing next. That's supposed to be white, not gray, but it won't let me do white.
Oh, I see the way that you're taking this. There's no way they're gonna get it. Can you draw like another form of it?
Yeah. So
what in the world is that?
This
Lucas?
is
What
a.
the heck?
This is a. I don't know if I'm allowed to give hints. This is a food item. What is this part on the outside usually made out of? It doesn't look like it at all. I'm sorry. So.
Do like another
it is.
format of this particular item. Who's tired of this song already? I'm not.
Okay, so there's this going on, and then
You got those squiggly guys.
and then
No, not orange, not
underneath
egg.
it.
Jawbreaker. Oh, Amelia. That's a really good guess. I'm really sorry it's wrong, unfortunately.
If I was trying to draw a jawbreaker,
You would've gotten it.
that would be a very good
That was-
like
Ooh.
yes.
Yes, seaweed.
Yes.
Alex Liu.
This is supposed to be
Seaweed.
sushi with seaweed on the outside, and this is supposed to be sea with seaweed growing underneath.
Is this supposed to be sea with seaweed?
Growing underneath.
Okay.
That wasn't the whole sentence.
Okay, it's my turn.
All right, round 6.
Hey, round 6.
Round 6.
Let's do it. What color, guys? I'm gonna go with black. Okay. How in the world? Oh, I got it.
Not so easy, is it?
No, I totally got it. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's our friend. Ooh.
Okay. This looks kind of like a face of some kind. Whoa. This kind of took a turn. Oh, I see what you're doing. Hey, that's a very good arrow.
Thank you. I thought so.
Cat. Okay.
You getting
Specifically, these arrows are very important to our method.
there? Yes.
I thought it looked like a pig too at first.
You guys. It's totally a cat.
Well, most people are saying cat, but we've got a couple of smart cookies out there thinking it was a pig.
I'll take the criticism. Yes,
Fang.
Brayden. Fang.
Not just any tooth, but a fang specifically.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a tiger, and, and that's the tiger's fang. So, I'm so glad somebody got it, because I know that maybe looked like the kitty cat. Alright,
Oh, okay.
this is gonna be a hard one.
This is gonna
Yeah.
be easy like Sunday morning.
If you get that reference, you're a cool kid. Right, Lucas?
Yes.
I don't know if they would get it. Okay, wait, why did you make that so easy?
It's not. I didn't make it easy. I just drew what the
What people are
what the
asking
phone
for?
told me to.
Yeah, I hear you.
Honestly, I don't even want to add any more. It's already so perfect.
You're absolutely right.
I can add some more stuff now. Maybe this.
Why is he bendy?
I don't know.
All right, yes, wheelchair. Grace Germain.
Good job.
Get it, girl. Wheelchair. All right.
Excellent.
Next, I'm trying to pick my word.
Round ocho,
Ooh, this is a
as
good
the French
one.
say.
What's wrong with you? We have our friend here. Okay, I'm gonna change this color.
Oh, I see. I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
such a good drawing. He's a friend of mine. We're gonna name him.
This is a really good drawing.
We're gonna name him. I wanted to name him Beaky.
Beaky.
Yeah. All right, guys. Who's my friend? What is he?
Duck. That's a good guess.
His name is Beaky. He's a pal of mine. Yes.
Yes,
Gabriel.
pelican.
Pelican for the win. I'm sorry.
You know,
tired, guys.
That would be a good duck if you just made his beak smaller. Then it would look like a duck, too.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Round numero 9.
Ooh, the other one.
Okay. Wait, the other one. Okay. This is a little...
This is a challenging one.
This is gonna be...
We're getting towards the end. We need some, like, legit competition.
All right. Stay with me, folks.
Sorry, Jamie, it was not duck. He put it like 10 times.
Does this... How do you,
This one has been going on a long time.
Can you make it...
What are you looking for?
Can you make it fill?
No, just, color it.
I need this to be colored in.
We get the idea.
No, like, you'll see it needs to be. Bear with me, folks.
You're taking 10 years, man.
I know. We'll see if somebody can... Alright. Now... do some of this.
You are not about to draw all of that.
And some of this. And some of this up here. And some of this.
You are a dedicated soul.
And some of that. And
right.
then, to wrap it all up, what is this?
Are you going to do your classic arrow move?
Whoa. That turned out funny.
That looks so weird.
Why did that happen?
I like it, because it's on top of the blue and the red.
Weird.
I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie.
Allegedly, this line was supposed to be red, but it kind of got...
Duck pond. No, unfortunately. It's not duck pond.
There's a certain line. There it is. Equator.
Oh, yeah. Man, Gabriel, you are crushing this game.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it is the final round of our homemade quarantine-esque... No, wait. Quarantine Pictionary-esque game. Alright, you ready? Oh, I get to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm ready for this one. Alright, guys. We got another friend here.
So if you say friend, we know it's an animal, basically, is what you're telling us.
Shh. Stop talking!
Oh, I see why it's that color.
Wait. Hold on. You can't have a smiley there. So sorry. That's anatomically incorrect. That's what it's like, right?
I think so.
Yeah!
Nice. Wow. Gabriel again with the
Gabriel.
platypus.
You got it.
Anybody know what platypus has this color scheme?
Wait, what?
Give him a little hat.
Now what's his name, guys? You know it. We all know it. Classic Disney character. You're so silly.
That's his name, right?
Yeah. Duh. Perry the Platypus. Classic.
You mean Pori?
Alright. That was our final round.
Wow. It's hard to believe it's already come to such a dramatic end.
Unfortunately, it has. Quite a loss, I'm going to say right now.
So now that we've dazzled you all with unbelievable artistic ability.
Mm-hmm. You said it, sir.
Maybe you this week, and then you can, I don't know, like, I guess, come up with some drawing like that, and then email it to tccstudentministries@gmail.com and see if we can figure out what it is.
Or we can feature your drawing, too. Did you think about that?
Show off the best ones next week during midweek.
I like that challenge. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hold
Best
you to it.
meaning funniest, most interesting, not best artistic, because we all know that you won't be able to compare to my equator. So.
You're so silly.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, send in your drawings. I would love to feature your amazing drawings. Yes, that will not compare to our artistic ability.
It might not compare because it'll be so much better.
Exactly.
But it won't compare, that's for sure.
Well, we are continuing in our Faith Hack series, guys, and we've done quite a few, and we have a couple more because there are just so many. Yeah, I
can't even remember all of them.
But I'm gotta say, tonight's actually my favorite topic by far. And so we are going to tackle the spiritual habit of serving.
Serving.
And no, we do not mean like as a waiter or a waitress, right?
Right. So like we're talking about like jobs, like, you know, like people call like the service industry,
right.
Like you said, like waiters and waitresses, or maybe people who deliver food. I don't know why all I can think of is food jobs. I guess that's just kind of on my brain. But you're not talking about certain kind of job that people do to serve other people. You're talking more about, like you said, a spiritual habit, a faith hack of serving other people. So I kind of want to like compare, I guess, and contrast before we look into what it means to serve as a spiritual habit. Let's think, what would you say the world, or you know, just people in general would say about serving people or serving others?
Yeah. Well, when I was thinking about this topic and thinking about what the world kind of says about serving, I thought about The Emperor's New Groove, which we mentioned in our last Midweek during the llama.
It's a classic
game.
It's so applicable.
Yes, and if you haven't seen it, see it. But in that movie, there's an emperor named Cusco. And Cusco is the leader, if you want to say, of a country. I guess it's a country. I'm not sure.
Maybe the whole world.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, he has like reached the top. He is in control of the entire area. He has servants. He has staff, right? He flaunts everything. He flaunts his riches, his authority, his reputation. But the thing is, he treats everybody like garbage.
Yeah.
His staff.
His people.
What is his assistant's name? Yzma.
Well,
Kronk.
She kind of deserves it, but everyone else doesn't.
No, everybody, he treats them so poorly. And it even gets to the point because he tells this guy named Pacha to come in, and he tells him, "Hey, Pacha, I'm going to destroy your house, and I'm going to build my summer pool on top." Nice. And he's like so happy about it, and Pacha's like in distress that his family has to move.
Right.
And Cusco just doesn't even care. He's so happy, right? And so this example is kind of exaggerated, but the point is that like the world doesn't stay super far from that kind of idea. In TV shows and movies, and maybe even in the lives of some people you might know of or know, we see people striving to be the best, to be at the top, to put themselves first and to get what they deserve in terms of everything, a career, money, house, you name it.
Right.
Like, this is kind of the idea. Put your reputation first, do what you can do to kind of get to the top. I feel like that's kind of the message sometimes that we can hear from the world. And,
you know, unlike Cusco, I don't think very many people in real life that we know or that we talk to would ever say that it's a bad thing to serve others or to, you know, be generous or to be nice to other people. But like you said, there's that attitude of putting yourself first, whether that's, you know, you don't always have to be a jerk to put yourself first. You know, you can be a nice person to those around you and be respectful and, you know, be available to help and still be focused on yourself and focused on whether it's your job, whether it's your own issues and problems that you just don't care about what other people are going through. We could come up with a million different ways that you can put yourself first. But I think that's what's really important is we tend to, you know, all of us and the whole world, we tend to think of ourselves first, whether that's on purpose or not. We tend to put ourselves ahead of other people and our needs ahead of others' needs, which is kind of the opposite of serving. When we think about serving is doing something for someone else, and it's sort of backwards. So would you say that, I don't know, serving doesn't really come naturally? Like, do you think that's something that we could say is that serving is sort of the opposite of what we're naturally... Yeah,
like what we're prone to do.
Right, prone, that's a good word.
Yeah, I would say that for the most part, I think that that's true. And I think of a baby sitting in their high chair, and the mom or the dad is trying to feed them, and they keep giving them the food, and then the baby just like throws it on the ground, and then mom or dad is like, hey, like legit, do not throw your food on the ground. And the baby's like
especially
holding it.
Baby food's all
it's like squishy.
Mushy.
Like he has it everywhere, right? Like all over his hand, and he's like holding it, and he's like, he sees his parents' face, and mom or dad's like, no. And then he's like smiling, and he's like throwing it on the ground.
And just splattering everywhere.
Right, exactly.
And he's not going to clean it up.
No, absolutely not. And it's like he knows it's wrong, right? So it's
even a baby.
Yeah. So this mindset of, like you said, like me first, I think is extremely real. From being a baby to being in middle school, like you're not in a high chair throwing your food around.
Probably. We don't know.
Right. I guess I'm not going to assume anything. But you're probably still kind of stuck in this mentality of, oh, my parents are cleaning up dinner and I'm just going to go chill. Like, you're not prone to think, oh, maybe they could use my help, right? So whether you're a baby throwing your food off the high chair or in middle school or an adult, this me mentality is something that comes first. We have to have that other mentality that doesn't come naturally. So, yeah, I don't think that serving does come naturally.
And, like we said, babies act differently than middle schoolers, who act differently than 6-year-olds, who act differently than 25-year-olds. But everybody, I think, is prone. You said they're prone to. Even if we're not thinking about it, or maybe even especially if we're not thinking about it, we tend to be selfish a lot of the time, which is kind of what it just comes down to. Me first is being selfish. And whether or not that's being a big fat jerk like Cusco, or whether that's just, maybe you clean your room when your parents ask you to, but you don't really want to, and you kind of like go slow and you put it off and you procrastinate. It's hard to make, because remember, faith hacks, we're talking about habits, not just any habits, but spiritual habits. But a habit is something that you do over and over, and then it becomes something that you do naturally, that you do without thinking. It takes work, exactly. And so all the other faith hacks that we've talked about so far, and that we're going to talk about, something that's sort of common with all of them is there are these habits that in the Bible were either shown examples of what it means to utilize these habits and to put them into practice. Like, remember, we talked about with prayer, the Lord's Prayer. Jesus taught us how to pray and what sort of that should look like. Or the Bible is telling us about these habits and why they're important. So presumably serving, if we're saying it's a spiritual habit like all these other habits, is probably something that the Bible talks about, right? And it's probably important to Jesus and to Jesus that we do it if it's in the Bible, right? So what does the Bible have to tell us about serving?
So, like you said, there's so many examples, right? Just like with all of these habits, you can look all over Scripture and see Jesus living it out. And that's why we can teach it, and that's why we can push you guys, push ourselves, because we have the ultimate example who did it perfectly for us. And it's the same way with serving. So if you didn't know, before Jesus came to earth as a human being, he was actually with God the Father in perfect harmony. He was living in glory. So I want you to think for a moment. If you had the choice right now to live in your imagination or your depiction of pure joy, pure bliss, that could be on an island all alone with all the food you could ask for, the amazing views, a pool. That could be living in a mansion. That could be living on a farm with a bunch of llamas or alpacas, whatever your perfect perfection can create in your mind. If you could have
the best of the best.
The best of the best. If you could have that right now, would you choose to have it? If you could have that right now, would you choose to have it? Because you see, Jesus had a choice. He could have stayed in his perfect environment with God in pure joy and bliss. But because he loved us and we had hurt him and he knew we were going to have to pay punishment, he turned down his life of perfection and glory and joy and came to us in this world of nastiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karl Barth puts it well. He says that Jesus moved from the heights to the depths. He went from victory to defeat, from rich to poor, from triumph to suffering, and from life to death.
Wow.
So those are all the things that Jesus traded. He was so high, came so down, so rich, became so unbelievably poor. He had life and he chose death. And so that idea is summed up in this one verse here that we're going to share, which is Matthew 20:28. And it says, "The Son of Man came not to be served," right? He did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. You see, Jesus went from a life of perfection to a life of rejection. He did this to display the compassion that he had for us. Okay? See, the key there is compassion. He loved us so much that he would leave everything that he loved to come to a world of torment and pain. So, to put it into kind of an example, I would say to think about that you and your family are in your home. You guys take some time to clean everything, stockpile the fridge with food, make it so perfect for somebody to live in, right? So everything is there. Heat, AC, all the bills are paid for. There are 2 cars in the garage, and it's perfect. And then you and your family decide to leave the house, find another family who doesn't have a home, who doesn't have cars, who doesn't have nice clothes, who doesn't have food, and you just hand them the keys. You're leaving your perfect house, and you're giving all of that to somebody else. See, this is kind of a crazy example, but this is exactly what Jesus did for us. He left everything good that he knew in order that we would get to experience that same good. So the reason why Jesus is he emphasizes service so much in the Gospels is because we need to see just how much he loves us, and we need to follow him, right? Because that's always his goal, for us to be just like him. So just like God had compassion on us, we too have to have compassion on other people.
Yeah, and to remember what Jesus did and how much compassion it took to come and be such a servant is a really good way to remember that. What does it look like for us who we're not with God? We aren't living in heaven, but we want to serve other people. We want to show that compassion. What does it look like for us to show that compassion? Do we give up everything and leave and and die on a cross, or what does it mean for us to show compassion like Jesus showed? Right.
So my example is pretty crazy, right? Because I'm trying to show you what Jesus did. And Jesus went through so much worse than the example. Like, he died on a cross. And so it can be kind of overwhelming. Like, whoa, is Jesus asking me to die on a cross? Is Jesus asking me that I need to give away all my clothes and everything that I have? Like, I don't think that's the point here, guys. So the first thing is the motivation. Like I mentioned the word compassion before, because that was the motivator for Jesus' actions. God saw the needs and the pains of his people, of us, and that drew him in sympathy to act. Okay? So when Jesus was on earth, his life was filled with action, with serving. He healed the blind, he healed the mute, he healed the paralyzed, and he even raised the dead to life. And in Matthew 9, we see him doing all of these things. And at the end of the chapter, he notices something, and this is what he says this is what Matthew says in chapter 9, that when Jesus saw the crowds, he had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. So you see, this compassion that leads Jesus to serve is emotion in action, and it results in serving. And our motivation needs to be the same as Jesus's, okay? Like, we shouldn't be serving out of guilt. Right. We shouldn't be serving in a state of grumbling, because this isn't pleasing to the Lord. This isn't what Jesus wants for us. We should have compassion on the people around us, which in turn leads to a real desire to relieve somebody's suffering, right, to relieve somebody's burdens, the same way that Jesus relieved our suffering and our burdens. And then secondly, like I mentioned, like, no, your life isn't going to look like dying on a cross.
Right.
It's not also, it will not look like somebody else's life of serving. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think God is calling you to start a business to help free sex trafficking victims right now, right? I mean, I think you're in school, and you're in middle school for that matter. So
you got a lot going on.
Yeah, that might not be the case right now, right? So there's going to be differences in the lives of everybody around us in the way in which God could be calling us to serve, right?
Right.
It might look like cleaning your room without your parents asking right now, right? It might look like taking the time to call or text a friend, and you know that friend's parents are going through a divorce and they need somebody to just vent to, somebody who's going to listen to them. It might look like offering your sibling with homework, offering to help your sibling with a homework, or helping your sibling clean their room, doing your sibling's chores for them.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
On top of your own.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, there's so many different ways in which we can serve. The options are endless. And if you're unsure of that, of how you can serve, pray about it. Implement the other spiritual habit of prayer, because this is a way that you can connect with God and ask him, hey, how do you want me to serve the people around me?
Yeah. And big or small, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters that you're beginning to take those steps, big or small, whether that's cleaning your room without being asked, or whether it's doing something huge and starting a business someday that does great work in the world. Both of those things are great. They have their own place, and it's important that we start taking those steps. It's not important what those steps are. It's important that we have an attitude of wanting to serve the way that Jesus served and have compassion like he did. And then we start taking those steps to make it a habit to serve others instead of just serving ourselves.
Yeah, and we're going to get into more of this discussion too in our small groups. And in our small groups, we're going to be looking at the ways we kind of like to serve. We might be even looking at the ways we don't like to serve, and how we can be implementing Jesus' example of serving others in our own lives. So thank you guys so much for listening in, and we will catch you in small groups.
See ya.